Divine patterns are everywhere.
Yeah, country life, you're really, attuned to all your environment and, all the very subtle things, the changes of the seasons, the bugs and the bees and the birds, and you sort of see the big pattern of things too, and how, everyone fits in.
In the cities, we superimpose our course patterns over the natural ones.
Yeah, stress puts you in a fight and flight mode, and you can forget about spiritual life. It gets pushed aside for tomorrow or next year or next lifetime. So. Businesses are always looking at their profits. Will we make a profit this year, this quarter or this week or even today? So everything you're doing is just focused on the now, the immediate now.
You might say even these are within greater patterns. There is violence in nature, after all. Yet, we make the underlying, overarching world narratives harder to see. Perhaps that's why faithlessness is rising in such places, because these environments obscure metaphysical rhythms. When we go where the songs are whole and evident, we reconnect and rediscover. Our bones align with the bones of the world. Yet, when we're hungry or need a place to sleep, we go back to the towns and cities. Most of us can't live in the bush. There is a synthesis, and that is to build and meet our needs in considerate connection with all those around us.
And here we have a big patch of kale. This came from one kale plant that I just shook last year. Took root quite nicely, and it's been very productive thanks to the immense amount of rain we've had. We let things grow randomly here, and especially if we eat them, they're no longer considered weeds.
To be in fair relationship with all beings, while owning the unique position of being a human.
And really, when we grow, we should be thinking about feeding everyone, not just humans, but leaving some for the animals. And by being abundant, then you are providing for everyone, and then there is no stress. So a bear comes to take some fruit. Well, okay, you have 100 trees. He'll take from 2 trees, and you have 98. So what's the problem? Everyone's happy. Well, with farming, a lot of what you're doing is very long term, especially the nut trees. Some of the nut trees we planted, we may not see nuts for 10 or 20 years. You're thinking about your kids' futures and the future generations of people who will come out here and who can benefit from your labor. And then as they grow up, we're going to transplant them throughout the garden in different spots around our valley. And as you can see, we have a creek in the background here, and There's basically water running underground. So the idea of all these fruit and nut trees is we're trying to get them established so that their tap roots get down into the water table, and then we don't need to irrigate, and they can drink as they wish. Really the goal for growing our own food is that we don't have to go out and get a job and make money and then take that money and then go to a store and buy the food and then drive home again. So you're actually, by growing your own food, you're actually saving a lot of time. With that extra time, that's what you can use for your spiritual practices.
We are not intrinsically harmful and cannot really be neutral. God gave humankind stewardship of the earth. Imposing selfish patterns is aggressive, and idealizing nature is passive. To create in harmony with divine patterns is to be an orchestrator of life. To responsibly dance with life. We are made to enhance the divine song with our little drums and our little voices.